edition of Fight Breakdown here on location at the Ridge Champion Fit Gym 1604. Today we are talking with Enrique the Terma Niera. Enrique, thank you for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me here. I'm excited about this.
Today we're going to be breaking down the Leo Santa Cruz Mares fight happening in LA. But before we get started, let's talk a little bit about you, Enrique. In your next coming fight, you're going to be wearing pink in October. What's the reason for that?
Well, I've been working with some organizations in the past, and, this is going to be the first time I ever fought in October, so I'm pretty much happy about it. So, I definitely want to wear pink and, represent it real well out there.
And you're representing cancer. We're knocking out cancer as we go. Yeah. Something near and dear to our heart. I mean, I've lost my mother to cancer. Our colleague, John David, your mom's battling cancer now.
She just knocked out cancer, actually, so good for her. Proud of her.
She KO'd cancer. That's good. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to bring more awareness to cancer with your uniform in pink. Right. How did you get involved in that?
Growing up, you have friends and everything you grow up with. I had a couple of friends that are real dear to me that have been through it and, has passed and, don't want to, the cause of cancer, don't want to lose them like that. So, wearing the pink, wearing the color is a good cause and, to fight it, like you said, knock it out, definitely want to be a part of that and hopefully, find a cure.
Well, I'm sure everybody out there appreciates everything you do for them and keep doing that, what you do. Now, John David, Leo Santa Cruz Mares, moving on. What do you think is going to happen in that big Mexican-style fight?
It's going to be a great fight. I'm going to go with Leo Santa Cruz in a decision. Now, everything I've been reading, it's been real close. Santa Cruz, Mares, Santa Cruz, Mares. I'm just going to go with Santa Cruz's boxing skills. Mares is a come-forward fighter. Actually, both of them haven't looked too well in their most recent fight, so this is going to be their time to shine, to see who's going to be better. But I'm going to go with Santa Cruz in a decision.
What type of fight do you think we're going to see there? I mean, you remember back in the day, Chiquita Gonzalez with Michael Carbajal in the lower weight divisions. This is in the lower weight divisions, I believe in 126. Right. What type of fight do you think is going to happen there, Enrique?
Well, I think it's going to be a lot of punching. Cruz always comes with a lot of punching, so... But Mada's experience, he's real good in technique. But the thing is, he did take a hit with Gonzalez, on the chin. So it's kind of iffy about that. But I think Mada's,
Do you think that, because he had never lost previous to that fight, correct, yet he had been hit plenty of times. Correct. Do you think that you being a pro boxer, being in the ring, and you have a decorated amateur, you fought the who's who in the amateurs, do you think that one punch like that, the way he was knocked out, could hurt him in the long run?
It could, but I don't see it really affecting him. But like I said, Cruz comes with a lot of punches. I don't know if it's gonna get him right there in the same chin spot, and then he goes down. But I think Mada's experience is really gonna help him against Cruz.
Do you think Leo Santa Cruz has the power to put Mada's out?
No, I don't think he has the power. We haven't seen I think the second to the last fight, he had a knockout in there. I'm not sure.
Well, it was an accumulation of punches, though.
Exactly. But now moving up to 126, they're a little bit bigger. This is only his second fight at 126. So he's been there before. He didn't get the KO on his first fight at 126. So I don't see him knocking out Mares.
Does Mares have the power to knock out Leo Santa Cruz?
Actually, I think he does for his weight. Cruz is going up, so I think Cruz is going to feel a heavier punch, so I think it's going to affect Cruz.
At that, Mares is a big puncher, and wherever he's been.
Good body shots, yeah.
Now, right up the street from that fight, before we move on, just for the record, you got Santa Cruz in a decision. You got Mares as decision. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that Leo Santa Cruz is going to stop Mares. My reason is because I think Mares is the accumulation of punches. And at that, just because he's in a higher weight division and he's been there, he's actually the smaller guy. So I think Leo Santa Cruz is going to gain power moving up. He's not going to drain as much.
That's not out of the question.
So that's where I'm saying I think he's going to stop Mares. And that's just what I'm going with. Now, moving on. Right up the street the same night, we got somewhat of a controversial fight. We got Sugar Shane Mosley versus the Nicaraguan Ricardo Mayorga. I'm gonna start with you on that. What do you make of all the ass slapping and all that surrounding that?
I mean, it's entertainment. I thought it was pretty funny, but I mean, was his wife, right, or his girlfriend?
It was his girlfriend.
His girlfriend, right? What would she be doing right there, right next to, where she could get slapped? I don't agree on that. Like, usually in our face-off, there's no one there. It's usually the boxers and their promoters or managers. So, I don't know. I kind of saw it was something little.
So you think it was a little bit of choreograph, you think? And do you think that Ricardo Mayorga coming out and saying, hey, they asked him to do that, you think he's being truthful?
To be honest, I believe him. I kind of believe him, so.
I mean, he's got no reason to lie. I mean, he said, hey, I don't have to sell it. We watch it free in Nicaragua. What do you make of that?
Exactly. Now, I think it was somewhat choreographed as well. As far as the fight itself goes, my heart wants to go with Mayorga just because I like the guy. He's a very entertaining guy. I never get tired of seeing him. But I think Mosley's going to pull it off again. I'm going to go with Mosley in a decision. Now, I also read not that long ago, just a few days ago, he was about 16 or 17 pounds from weight still. So he's still got a good while to go.
And that's Ricardo Mayorga.
And that's Ricardo Mayorga, correct. And
whereas Sugar Shane Mosley notoriously stays in shape.
I mean, he's always I think he spars Sean Porter all the time. So, I mean, I think he's going to win the fight.
I mean, he's got a gym there in Big Bear. I mean, it's in his backyard.
He's always training. So, I think Mosley's going to win KO easy. He don't smoke cigarettes like Mayorga does. So.
Now, does he really inhale them, though? I mean, I've seen him smoke cigarette and throw it out, but is it more of a show, you think, or does he really party like that?
I'm going to say he really parties like that. I mean, look at the guy. He's always been like that. Every fight in the past, he's always coming with cigarettes, with beer. I don't
Women. And now he's slapping asses.
Yeah. So, I agree.
For those that don't know, Enrique the Terminator, he will be back in the shortly. We don't know exactly when. You'll be back in the ring. You're currently 3-0. You recently fought Ledesma. You win a decision. You win a decision with him. Again, what are you looking to do here in the future? How many fights?
I got my manager to help me do that, but hopefully I could be active. I mean, my main thing is to be active. I really want to fight as much as I can to the end of this year, and next year especially, I want to fight as much as I can. So,
speaking of your manager, he is now Emmanuel Ledesma, and he is now watching over you, moving your career. A guy that's been there, a guy that knows what it takes. How do you feel about that now that you got somebody helping you out like that?
Well, I mean, I met him by being a sparring partner. So it's great, man. I had a good friendship with him. I got a good trust with him also. I mean, like I said, he's been there, done that. He's fought some good fighters out there in the pros also. And now he's just showing me the road, and I'm just following and he's showing me the guy.
You definitely got a good team around you. Also, Marco de los Santos, he's coming up. Yeah. A lot of people are seeking for his help. You got him per se in your back pocket. I mean, that's a great thing.
Oh, yeah, man. He's a good guy. We know each other since I first got here. And I helped him out always. And every time I need help, he's always there for me also. So good friendship there. So like you said, strong team.
Well, again, thank you for having us here at your gym, the Ridge 1604 Champion Fit Gym. We look forward to the next episode of Fight Breakdown with BoxersandBrawlers.com in association with Studio 1601 Music. Thank you and so long.